You know, I'm often asked, what should my ideal plate look like? Well, I incorporate all the macros, your carbs, your protein, and your fat. So I want you to picture your plate, a reasonable size plate. Cut your plate in half in your imagination and take the one half and cut it in half again. So what you have is on the one side half and the other side 2/4. So the half is basically made up of your leafy greens, your salad, your vegetables. This is very important to eat a lot of that. We're not counting calories. Now it comes to protein and carbs on the other side. So 1/4 will be protein. And I think one should look at one's palm because we're all different sizes. I always advise people to take protein the size of their palm and put it on the one side, and the size of carbohydrates on the other side. And what I've also learned over the years is that squeezing some fresh lemon juice over your meal, be it the protein, the carbs, and the salad, it actually lowers the glycemic load of the food, and that's what you want. You don't want anything that can spike your blood sugar. And don't forget about the fats, they're important. If there's avos in season, I would use a small avo, cut in half and use that avo, put it in your salad. And if avos are out of season, I would put a tablespoon of cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. So that is what a plate should look like. And you can add the 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and that's for a main meal, lunch or supper. And in the morning, I usually have my fruit. I would have 2 kinds of fruit, and the third fruit would be your antioxidant blueberries or mixed berries, and then half a cup of cut-up fruit, 2 kinds of cut-up fruit. Don't have bananas with the blueberries. Eat it totally separate because it doesn't allow the benefit of the antioxidant. That's what I learned. And then I'll put a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, and a protein and a carb. And the carb I usually make less, like a 1/4 cup of oat bran. Just to go back to our lunch and dinner plate, a lot of people I've advised don't eat carbs at night. So I'm talking about the heavy carbs such as potatoes and sweet potatoes and brown rice, etc. Leave that for your lunch meal, but use only a 1/4 of the plate. And for your lunch and supper, which I left out, is a wonderful spice called turmeric. And I add that, and you add a bit of ground pepper, because the pepperine of the pepper helps the absorption of the turmeric. And you can add your organic spices. Don't use the normal spices that you get at the supermarket because you don't know what's added to it. And I really feel sufficed on that kind of food. I actually only eat 2 meals a day. So I would eat about 10 o'clock, and then I would eat my lunch supper at about 4, and I finish by 6 o'clock. So that's the way I eat. But I will always guide you on a personal level, personalized for you particularly.